guys, so today I am going to be talking about my experience from about a week ago when I had my upper endoscopy plus biopsies and an esophageal manometry test. Now, the reason I got these tests is because I went to my GI doctor. We were having trouble with digestion and swallowing. That's what she said, but like, whatever. Anyway, when I swallow, the food tends to like stay in my throat and I can like bring it back up, which I know is like disgusting, but that's just the reality of my life right now. So the esophageal manometry test will test for if I have an esophageal motility disorder, which we suspect. We have not gotten the results back. I can do another video talking about the results of both the biopsies, the endoscopy, and the manometry test. But anyway, so an endoscopy is when they put you under. Sometimes they put me under for mine, and they put a breathing tube in my throat because I have really bad acid reflux, and it was a precaution to make sure that I didn't have anything going into my lungs because that would be bad. But they put the camera down your throat or your nose. I've seen people do it through their nose, but I'm pretty sure they did it down my throat. And they basically look in your stomach, and I think they took like 5 different biopsies, like the size of like the tip of a pen. So like really small. They say you can't feel them. I felt them, but I'll get into that later. And then the manometry test, they take a long catheter / probe thing. It's about twice as thick as my NG tubes were. So that was really uncomfortable. And normally they do these tests separately, but I had them on the same day. So they placed the catheter in my nose while I was asleep. So that was great. So they do have to wake you up to do the test. And what happens is my GI doctor, she's a motility expert. She made me swallow water like 10 times and then like stop for like 30 seconds and like measure how my esophagus was working like during the swallowing and then while I wasn't swallowing. And she just like did like 10 mils from like a syringe, and then she like at the end she just kept pouring more and more water and asking me to swallow like over and over again until, you know, she was done. So we arrived at the hospital on a Thursday at 5:30 in the morning, and my procedure was scheduled for 7. So they took us back in the same day surgery, so I did not have to stay inpatient or overnight or anything. They placed an IV. They didn't do saline till after I was out of the procedure, I guess. But they did place an IV so that they could give me my anesthesia that way. A lot of doctors came to talk to us and basically told you what I just told you about how the procedures are going to go down and stuff like that. And around 7, they injected this like relaxation medicine or something. I wasn't anxious, but they still did, into my IV, and it worked after like 5 seconds. They said it was going to work pretty quickly, and it did. So I don't remember being wheeled back to the procedure room or anything. What I do remember though is them like trying to put like the oxygen mask on me, and it kind of like fell off, so they had to like hold it there. But other than that, the next thing I remember is waking up. Now, they told me specifically, you're gonna wake up to a familiar face, your parents are gonna be like right next to you. No, that's not how it worked. I don't know if I'm just like not as sensitive to anesthesia or something, but I woke up in like this completely different room, and I think there were other patients around me too. And I basically just like sat there. I mean, I didn't sat. I basically just laid there for like 10 minutes, like swallowing a bunch because like the tube was like gonna make me gag. But the worst part of the tube was just the constant pain, like you're gonna sneeze in your nose. And it like wasn't like an NG tube, like it didn't go away, it was there the whole time I had the tube in. So then they wheeled me back to my parents, and my GI doctor was there, and she did the swallowing test. Now after that I was like, oh my gosh, this is the worst part, like the tube was really uncomfortable. So they took out the tube after they were done, but there was like, they thought it was gonna pull it out. And I was like, guys, I'm gonna throw it up before I pull it out, like I promise you. But the tube was taped here and then down my cheek and down my neck, because they really didn't want me to pull it out, and it was taped like around my nose too. So it hurt to get the tape taken off, and then when they pulled it out, it was just fine, you know. But while I was doing the swallowing test, they did have to raise my bed up because I have really bad acid reflux, like I said. So like the water was just like kind of like staying in my throat, and it made me still have to swallow even though I wasn't supposed to be swallowing. So they like put my bed like more upright to make that easier for me. So after they took the tube out, it was basically like ready to go. They took out my IV, they signed papers. Tech just wheeled me out to the parking garage, and my dad picked us up. Now, I was like in a little bit of pain, like my throat hurt and my neck hurt a little. So I was like, okay, like this isn't that bad, and then I just slept the rest of the afternoon. They were like, don't eat anything like greasy, or just mostly eat just like small solid food and like liquids, and then if you throw up, go back to liquids for an hour and just like keep doing that. I didn't get sick at all. I was just really tired. You do have to fast before the endoscopy and the esophageal manometry test. I forgot to mention that. So the last time I'd eaten was like 9 p.m. like the night before. So when I woke up from my nap, I had 3 donuts. I was hungry. I had not eaten anything since the night before. It was like 3 in the afternoon. I wanted good food. So I did not realize how bad this procedure was until the next day. I could feel the biopsies when I swallowed. Like one was in my throat, like one was like right here in my chest, and then like one was in my stomach, and I could just feel them, like each would like hurt as like the like saliva or food just like passed down my digestive tract. So that was highly annoying. My neck hurt so bad, I could not move it at all. I could barely get up in bed because my neck hurt so bad. I couldn't like eat food because chewing hurt. My whole body was sore. My stomach, my legs, my arms, my shoulders, my neck, everything was sore. I don't know why. I mean, the neck like makes sense, but everything else, I have no idea. And this pain lasted for about 2 days after that. I was supposed to go back to work the day after my endoscopy, but I could not. So that was bad. I just slept the whole rest of the day again. Felt better in the afternoon. I went to the pool with my boyfriend and my family, so that was nice. But other than that, I totally thought while it was happening that the manometry part was going to be the worst. No, it was the pain afterwards. Anyway, that is it. If you have any questions, make sure to comment below, or you can DM me on my Instagram. That will also be linked below. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye.